heliocentric model
You're making a claim Earth is
originally
not flat. So what shape do you?
I was literally
What shape do you
talking.
think the Earth is?
The heliocentric model is not a model of the shape of the Earth, but the heliocentric model sort of posits that the sun is the center of the universe. That was like originally what it posited. I don't believe that,
Right, so-
but the Earth definitely orbits the sun, and the Earth is definitely
Right, and
not
it would have
flat.
to
So I
be
don't know which one you want to
round.
talk about. It's really super easy to prove that the Earth can't possibly be flat.
Okay, so again, what shape do you think the Earth is?
Basically a sphere.
Okay, so I was right in my assumption, correct? So we just wasted, 30 seconds of my life you dancing around this question?
Right. You
So
said
you think that the Earth is a sphere,
you said heliocentrism, and then you switched
Right,
to the
and through
shape
the
of the Earth.
process of
Those are separate.
elimination,
Those are separate ideas.
it would
So I
have
didn't
to be
waste
a
any time.
sphere.
You
How
just
would
don't
it-
know what you're talking
How
about.
would it not be a sphere? No, I
What?
came up here to prove that you don't know what you're talking about.
That's
How is it
interesting.
not a sphere through the process of elimination? If I say the heliocentric model, how could it be anything other than a sphere?
That's up to you.
Do. Okay, so you're not going to answer me. Okay,
Sure.
what is the radius value of the Earth?
What do you mean radius value? You mean the radius of the Earth?
Yes,
Like
the
how many
radius
miles,
value of the Earth. What
kilometers
is the
its
radius
radius
value?
is?
Oh my god.
It's
Okay,
like
let's try the circumference.
37,
Do you know the circumference?
a little over
No, it's
25,000.
39.59.
A
Why
little
do you
over
believe
20.
in
A
something
little
that you
over.
don't understand? That's what I'm trying to get at.
The circumference of Earth is a little over 25,000 miles or 40,000 kilometers.
No, the circumference is 24,901. The radius is 39.59. Do you know the distance to the moon at least? Come
Around
on, guy. You're up here, you got
238,000
you got-
miles. Around 238,000 miles.
You don't know the specifics, and you're just going to keep muting me because you're
Right.
getting pissed.
If I can get it
Because I'm making you look like a
99%
fool.
but not 100%, then I'm the stupid one. Okay.
You should have it 100%. Okay, so you 100% believe in the heliocentric model and that the Earth is a sphere, but you don't 100% understand the facts surrounding that claim, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I can only get about 99% accuracy. Yeah.
Okay, how much does the Earth curve per mile? You should know this. Come on.
No idea.
Okay, that's fine. I'm glad that you said it. Look, all I'm trying to say is, why do people believe in stuff? If they would just look into the values and understand what they believe in, they would figure out, wait a minute, a lot of this shit doesn't make sense. I appreciate your honesty.
What does not make sense? Be specific.
Okay, so with a radius value of 39.59, a circumference of 24,901, 8 inches per mile squared, that would mean that the Earth has to curve 1 degree per 69 miles. Why are we able to see Chicago across Lake Michigan? Well,
You know,
you'll
you
have
can
to
go
take it
to
up-
an Earth curve calculator and plug in Chicago skyline from the opposite side, and it predicts that you would see exactly what you can see.
Okay, now explain to me how that's possible. This is where I'm asking you to use your brain.
How is it possible? Because the buildings are tall enough that they stick up over the curvature of the Earth. You can just go
Okay,
to a simple
no,
calculator
they
and
don't.
do this. I've done this live on these streams before.
Okay, right. So what is the distance across the Great Lake, okay, that you can see the Chicago skyline? How many miles? If you know
From
that the
the
Earth
east
curves
to the
8
west
inches per
side
mile
of Lake
squared.
Michigan, I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't sit around and memorize numbers because rote memorization is what an idiot thinks intelligence looks like. It's absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why we have so many people believing
But that's
in
the only
heliocentric
thing that
model.
you do. You have come up here and you've said, Peterson, can you rote memorize or like, what would it be? Pull from memory the exact value of a bunch of things. That's rote memorization. It's not the same thing as intelligence.
Exactly, I agree with you. And
Then
would
how
you
come
agree
you're
that
doing it?
That's what is it?
Then why are you doing it?
You're asking me a question and then you mute me. I'm doing it to illustrate a point.
But
Do you
it's an
understand?
invalid
The same
point
reason why I came up here
because
and
I
asked
just
you-
I just told you how it's invalid, how it's not diagnostic, and you said I agree. But you're the one that's been doing it the entire time.
Exactly. And why do you think that is? Come on, you can do this.
Because you're probably a troll, or you think you're special, but if you're not a troll and you really think the earth is flat, you are deeply insecure about your intelligence. So you use these pathetic debate strategies like, oh, can you recall from memory the exact value of something? And because you have it written down somewhere so you can cheat and look at it. And if the other person doesn't know, that means James M.R. Smart. No, that's not how that works.
You're literally describing every heliocentric believer. But no, you actually are not, because you guys don't even know your own model.
Oh, no.
You could sit here and say projection. The fact of the matter is you don't know your own model, and you're believing in something that you don't understand.
That's interesting. I understand that it's impossible for the earth to be flat. And I understand that all of the data is consistent with a globe. So what is it that I don't understand?
Why is it impossible?
Why is it impossible?
Answer my question first.
Why does the southern sky rotate around a fixed point? Why does the sky in the southern hemisphere rotate around a fixed point?
What fixed point?
The point above the geographic South Pole.
The point above the okay, when and how does it do this? You're making this claim, so you explain it.
Every day. Every night. It's more easy to see at night.
Okay, well, bring it up on the big screen for us. Show us what you're talking about here.
You actually don't even understand what I'm talking about, so you don't even know your own model.
Well, no, because what you're trying to explain and what you're talking about doesn't exist. That's why I'm asking you to prove your claim.
That's
you're saying that this happens.
True.
Show us an illustration of this happening. I'm asking you to do a simple thing. You're making a claim, just support your claim. That's like me saying the sky is red, and then I can't show you proof of the sky being red. You just made a claim, support your claim.
I'm literally pulling up some pictures right now. And by some pictures, I mean a picture. What the hell? Why is that picture so tiny?
So you're bringing up a picture, not a video, to illustrate how things are moving in a photo.
Yep.
This is fucking genius. Okay.
Why can't I open this image in a new tab? There we go. Okay. Sorry that took forever. So yeah, the night sky in the southern hemisphere rotates in a different direction than the northern hemisphere around a central point. Explain how that works on a flat earth.
Hey, I certainly will. Do you have a fan in your room?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I've heard this argument before.
Ceiling fan. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this argument, common sense perspective.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you stand and where you look at the ceiling fan. It always rotates in the same direction. That is the opposite of what is happening here. So try again. Pumpkin.
Buddy, you are so lost.
Try
I don't
again.
even know where to help you.
Pumpkin.
And now you're triggered and you're calling me pumpkin.
Pumpkin. Could you try a little harder? Pumpkin. Why does the night sky rotate in a different direction than it does in the northern hemisphere?
You can't understand basic perspective.
Explain how perspective. Yeah, explain it. Don't just say your buzzwords. Explain it. Pumpkin.
I just gave you a perfect illustration.
You said the word perspective.
Perspective and orientation, correct, yes.
Yeah, explain it. Pumpkin.
There's no way that you can have 500 people in your live. And this is the best.
You're right. There's 481 of them. So you literally don't even know your own model.
I don't know my own model.
No.
I came up and asked.
Are there 500 people in here, James? James, are there 500 people in here?
Do you not see 492?
Is 492 500?
It's 502 now.
Is 502 500?
It's climbing because you're looking. You don't even know.
Are either of those numbers 500, James?
You're just going to keep muting me.
You don't even know your own model. Pumpkin. I'm also still waiting on the explanation for how perspective and orientation makes this happen.
This is your live.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm gonna run the show here. Now explain to us how perspective. Yeah. Explain to us how perspective makes the southern hemisphere sky rotate in a different direction.
Can't do that if you keep muting me.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
And you're just going to keep saying punk. So you're triggered. You're in your emotions right now. You're not willing to have a logical.
I have a hypothesis. You cannot give an answer, and that's why you're not giving an answer. So let's see if my hypothesis becomes proven true. Hey, how does perspective cause the southern sky to rotate in a different direction than the north sky?
I just gave you the answer.
Oh, so I'm correct. Okay. My hypothesis has been proven correct. What do you want to talk about next?
How do you have this many views? Do people actually come in and watch you make these claims? Are people really this slow?
A lot of
Earth is not flat. I asked you about your model, and you can't even answer me.
Probably a lot of them are kind of sadistic, and instead of weeping for humanity, they cheer for its downfall. Because when they see a growing population of dipshits like you, they just can't help but look at it and, with tears of joy, just take it all in and embrace it. It's kind of like a train wreck. You can't look away. You probably shouldn't look at it and think it's cool and interesting, but that's just how people be.
So let me ask you this.
I have a sick, sadistic audience.
Since you're talking about, let me ask you something. Since you're talking about hypothesis, do you know what the 7 steps of the scientific method are?
They are step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, and step 7.
Right. So you're just being a no-ass clown. Okay. So this is what people like to watch. They don't even like to come in here. They don't come in here, and you're just going to keep muting me like a child.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it. Isn't that funny?
You have.
Oh, is that right? Do I?
You have an inferiority complex.
No. People who think the Earth is flat pose absolutely no intellectual threat to me.
Then why are you silencing me?
Because it's funny.
Because you're afraid of what I have to say.
No, nothing you say is scary, unless you have children. That would be scary.
No, what's scary is we have a world full of people who believe in something that they don't understand.
Interesting.
That's what's scary.
You know what would be crazy? If somebody believed in something and couldn't understand or explain it. Hey, James, why does the southern hemisphere sky rotate in a different direction than the northern hemisphere sky?
Okay, for the 10th time, orientation and perspective. If you don't understand how orientation and perspective works,
don't tell me buzzwords.
Go back to 3rd grade.
Using 2 words is not an explanation. Explain how it works.
It is an explanation. No, you keep telling me to explain to you how something works when you should already understand how it works, and that's my whole point.
All right, let's try it this way, James. If the Earth were a globe, then you would have a different perspective and a different orientation in the northern and southern hemisphere, correct?
Explain how.
I just did explain.
That's the claim you're making, right?
If the Earth was a globe, then people in the southern hemisphere would have a different perspective and orientation than people in the northern hemisphere, correct?
How would that be the case if the globe is moving in the same direction?
Okay, so I literally just explained it. They would have a different perspective and they would have a different orientation. So I just explained how, and I gave an account for why the data looks the way it does. So I proved that the Earth is a globe. Oh, wait, except I did exactly what you did. I just said those 2 words, but we're both using exactly the same argument, but we have different conclusions. So you apparently haven't explained anything. Does it understand?
JC Man in the comments. He understands.
Does it understand?
Does it understand?
Does it understand? Pumpkin.
Are you ready for me to talk, or are you just going to keep muting me?
Does it understand? It definitely doesn't.
Are you going to answer my question, or are you just going to keep ignoring?
You didn't ask a question. I asked you a question. Does it understand?
No, I asked you.
No, it doesn't understand. Chat,
And then
it
now you're
doesn't
just going off on a
understand.
tangent. You look like a psychopath. You're laughing. Why are you laughing about? Are you like crazy or something? Is there something wrong with your head?
I'm a little bit sadistic too. I take your downfall as being of high entertainment value. And maybe that's wrong
What
with
is my
me, but I don't
downfall?
really care.
Another question that I just asked you, and I guess you're just not going to talk to me now. So basically, I came up here and you're not willing to conversate with me. What does that say about you?
I have been asking you nicely to explain why the southern sky rotates in a different direction than the northern sky. And you have only offered, your entire explanation has been to say two words: perspective, orientation. That's not an explanation.
Oh, so you want me to hold your hand like you're a 6-year-old in first grade and explain perspective and orientation to you? Why didn't you just say that? Is that what you want me to do? You want me to hold your hand and explain perspective and orientation to you? Yeah, see, you're fucking weird, dude.
Yeah. Dude, don't make fun of me because
you're acting like
hold on, James.
Making little noise.
James, don't make fun of me because I start to have impure thoughts when people bully me.
I believe it, bro. You clearly have some psychological issues.
Dude, okay, so don't make fun of me because I have impure thoughts when people bully me, okay?
Bully?
Yeah. Like when people make fun of me and stuff, I start to have impure thoughts. So I'm asking you nicely not to do that.
TikTok should really, on a side note, offer a disclaimer for individuals with mental health issues.
Dude, don't make fun. It's happening. Your dad. James, I told you that I would have impure thoughts if you made fun of me.
Okay, so this isn't about flat Earth at all. This isn't about the globe. This is just you having some type of mental breakdown, cognitive dissonance, maybe. I don't know.
I literally told you what would happen if you made fun of me, and you did it.
No, asking for TikTok to put a disclaimer for mental health isn't making fun of you. That's a serious issue.
How come the southern sky rotates in a different direction than the northern sky?
Peterson, for the 10th time, orientation and perspective.
Yeah, explain why the orientation and the perspective makes it look different.
I'm not going to hold your hand and do this with you.
Because you can't do it. Because you have no explanation. What would you say is the best?
It's because I don't want to get hung up.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, speaking of hung, remember when I was thinking about your dad earlier? So anyways, what would be the best piece of evidence you would use to prove that the Earth is flat?
Probably my eyes and common sense and the fact that you will not see curvature anywhere in your life.
Yeah, you see curvature literally all the time. You ever been to the ocean?
Really, where?
You ever been to the ocean?
You're saying that you see curvature of you.
You ever been to the ocean?
Okay, here we go. I have, yes. Are you
okay, is there a horizon at the ocean?
From the ocean. There is no such thing as a physical horizon. There's only an apparent horizon. For a 6-foot observer.
Yeah, is there a horizon at the ocean?
You're asking me a question. I'm giving you the answer, and you're muting me halfway through.
You're just denying that there is a horizon and then saying that there is a horizon. So the question remains the same. Is there a horizon?
No, there's a distinct difference between a physical horizon.
Is there a horizon?
And you're muting me.
Yep, and I'm going to do it every single time you don't say yes or no. Is there a horizon?
An apparent horizon.
Great. You know how bridges have curvature on them?
Oh my God. You're not going to say
you're false God.
Bridges are curved because that's the Earth curving.
No, I'm not making that argument at all. So do you know how bridges have a curve on them? Are you aware that bridges oftentimes have a curve on them?
What is your point? Because
I need you to answer the question, and then I can develop my point. Are you aware that many bridges have a curve on them? Great. So if you stand on one end of the bridge, can you see the other end of the bridge or not?
No, because of a physical obstruction, just like the
Yes,
physical horizon
the
and the difference
curve.
thereof.
Yes,
That's why
the
I'm trying to
curve
establish
of
the
the
difference between
bridge.
the apparent.
So the top of the bridge
Correct.
is the top of the curve, just like the horizon at the ocean
That's
is
right.
the curve of the Earth.
But there is no curve. That's the problem.
No, there is a curve. That's why there is a horizon. And guess what? You can see things that are
No.
behind the horizon,
The
but
curve
not the
exists.
bottom of those things.
No, you can zoom anything and everything back in with a high.
You literally
power lens.
cannot.
P1000, P900. You can. I don't know. Are you living under a rock the past 10 years? People have been doing this, or are you just running from the truth?
I have seen people zoom things in and not be able to bring them back.
Okay, well, if they had a more powerful lens, if they were on a cool, dry day, yes, they would be able to bring the whole image back in. Yes.
So in this video, the guy is using a Nikon P1000 or P900. What is he using? It doesn't matter. It's one or the other. So the sun is going to set, and let's see if he can zoom the sun back in after it begins setting. So there's the sun disappearing behind the horizon. Now, according to stupid people named, what's its name? James, you can just zoom that back in. So what happens when he zooms in on the sun? Well, there he is zooming in. And there's the horizon. Oh no, James, the bottom part of the
look
sun.
at all the little waves of humidity.
Oh no, James, the bottom part of the sun isn't being zoomed back in. Why is that, James?
Yeah, I'm explaining to you exactly why that is. Do you see those little ripples and waves? What do you think that is?
Why can I not see the bottom of the sun?
I'm explaining that to you. I'm walking you through it like a dog. Do you see the little ripples in the air? What do you think that is?
I think that's the horizon. Oh, look,
No.
the sun set,
air.
but he couldn't zoom it back in.
Okay, so you're not going to answer my question. So you're not, again,
I think those lines are all the times your dad didn't say he loves you. That's what I think it is.
Okay, do you understand what refraction is, atmospheric lensing, stuff like that? Do you understand that there's humidity,
Your
water
explanation
vapor, particles in the air?
Is that if something goes behind the horizon, it can always be zoomed back in. Could the sun be zoomed back in?
Yes, it could. Now,
Then how come it didn't happen?
Hold on, stop running from me. Be a man.
Then how come it didn't happen?
Come on. Stand your ground.
Come on. You keep reminding me of your dad when you say things like hung and come on. So,
stop running.
What? How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in? Don't talk about your dad. Talk about the sun.
Back up, and I'm going to
explain it now.
You want me to answer the question, but you keep muting me.
How come he couldn't bring the sun back into view by zooming in?
Walk you through it. Bring the video back up.
Go ahead, Pumpkin. You don't need the video.
Bring the video back up. I'm going to walk you through it. Yes, because I want to know the height of the observer, where he was standing, and the distance.
Doesn't matter because you can zoom it back in no matter what.
It does matter, and that's my point.
No, altitude doesn't make you all of a sudden magically be able to zoom something back in after it disappears behind the horizon.
No, my point is that the Earth curves.
How come he couldn't zoom in the sun? How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
You're a troll host. You're a troll host.
How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
I'm trying to explain it to you, and you're literally running from it.
How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
What are you so afraid of? That I might actually say something that might make sense?
How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in? I mute you every time you don't give an answer. How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
I'm trying to give you that answer, but you're not willing to comply.
You're literally not. So how come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
Bring the video back up, and I'll show you.
Nice pivot to meta, you beautiful slow boy. Now give the answer. Why couldn't he zoom the sun back in?
I need the information. What is the...
How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
You're a parrot. And you're...
How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
Peterson, have some respect for yourself. Peterson, have some respect for yourself. Come on.
No, thank you.
Stop muting me. Stop
How
running.
come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
So this is how all heliocentrists...
It still isn't answering the question. How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
Globy does this. They run from flat earthers.
Beautiful
They're
pivot to meta, you absolute slow boy. Now, why couldn't he zoom the
what
sun
we have
back
to
in?
say. You're acting like a child.
You're
acting
still
like a
not
child.
explaining why he couldn't zoom the sun back in, so you are going on mute. How come he couldn't zoom the sun back in?
Give me the information and I will tell you why.
You don't need the information. How come he couldn't zoom the sun back
I do.
in?
See, what do you mean? You're saying that geometry.
How come he couldn't zoom the sun
You're
back
saying
in?
that geometry has no. You're just gonna keep fucking muting me. Unbelievable. All right, since you want to act like a child and you don't want to have this conversation and you're experiencing cognitive dissonance, I guess I'm just going to drop down and you can just continue believing whatever you want to believe, okay?
Yeah, if I were either intellectually deficient or lying because I think it's funny, I wouldn't explain how the sun was not able to be zoomed back
You're
in
the
either.
one that's muting me and you're afraid to have a conversation with me.
At what point were you explaining how the sun can get zoomed or why the sun wasn't able to get zoomed back in and I muted you? At what point did that happen?
Again, if you go back to the video.
So you're still not explaining it.
Information,
not video.
You're supposed
not,
to.
Not look at the video. We watched the video together.
Explaining it to you.
Why is it that when the sun went behind the horizon and you zoomed in, you still could not see the sun?
Okay, let me try this another way because apparently I have to attack this from a different angle because you're really freaking out and you're having a meltdown right now. So let me try this. Let me get straight to the chase. The reason why I was asking for the information, which geometry is important, and you should have information such as the height of the observer.
No, that literally doesn't matter because being taller, being higher up doesn't make it magically all of a sudden, oh wait, if I'm on the ground, then you can't zoom it back in. But if you're up in the sky, then you can zoom it back in. We both know that that's not how it works. So explain to me why the sun wasn't able to be zoomed back in.
Maybe you're a visual learner. Let me turn my camera on and show you geometry. Okay, because apparently you don't. Hold on.
Explain why the sun wasn't able to be zoomed back in. Give me 30 seconds. You keep talking about me and your dad over and over again. Honestly, 30 seconds was way more time than I needed, but